Hello guys, today I will show you how to export the table and how to import the table using the EXPDP utility, or what steps to be performed for this activity. So first of all, let me show my screen. Basically, export and import is done to export the data from one database and import the data into the another database. So this activity can be done on the same server and can be done between two different servers. If we have a one database, example A, on server 138 and database B on server 138 as well, so we can also perform the export and import between two databases available on the same server. But in my real-time environment, it is mostly done between two servers. I will export the data from one database and import the data into the another database. So that is why I am performing this activity on between two servers. I have created database on different servers. So my production server 138 and my database another server 176. Complete IP address is 192.168.13.176. that is my test or development server, and 192.168.13.138 this is my production server. So I will show you from scratch. So we are starting the export import of a table. See, first of all, I am on my production server connected with sysuser. So I am going to connect with Scott user. This is the password. As of now, there is only 4 tables. Fifth table, please do not consider it. This is already dropped table. So we are starting with scratch. I am creating a table in the Scott schema. There is only one column, that is RN, roll number. So first we are inserting some record in this table. I hope you are aware about this statement. If you are not aware, then I will let you know in my another session. So as of now, you are able to see that 64 128 records are there. So we are inserting more. Now commit. So total records are 32,768 in the table name Adarsh, right? So there is a table called Adarsh, and in this 65,536 records are there. We are also creating one index on this table to provide you more clarity. See, index already has been created on the table Adarsh and column roll number. So as of now, I have created one table and one index on that particular table. As of now, there is also another server, that is development server. We are also going to see whether what is available over there. As of now, there is no table Adarsh, right? In my first scenario, I am starting from scratch, so I am telling you if table does not exist on the development server, what to be done in that case, and if table is already available on the development server, what to be performed. So first we are starting with when the table is not available on the second server, that is your development server or test server. So I have created a table and one index. Now connect. I am connecting with sysdba because this activity will be performed by the sysdba only. It is also possible that Scott can do this activity, export and import, but for that purpose I will have to give him the required permissions. So that is not part of this topic. First we are doing sysdb will do this activity. So before starting any activity, first of all you have to create a directory. Why directory? Basically this directory will be treated as logical directory and my dump and log files. So the question is, what is dump and log files? I will come to that point. So we will have to create a directory. Now the question is, this directory will be used to refer the dump and log file. So first see, I will more clear on the point when we will creating the dump file. So create or replace directory. You can give any name, whatever name you want to give. So I have created a directory, name directory, at which location? Home Oracle. So what does it mean? It means whenever you will be exporting the table, a dump file and log file is created. So the dump file and log file will be created at this location only. So this is the way you have to understand. Then I will show you again. So first of all, I have created a directory only. At which location? I am pointing to this location. You can give any location where you have space available. In my scenario, my dump file will be created of few MB, so I don't need to see space available or not. Suppose my dump file is going to create a 10 GB, so you should have minimum 10 GB space available at Home Oracle. This is the point to note over here. So I am coming out of the SQL prompt. Now I am in Home Oracle prompt. So for exporting and importing, you have to use the utility expdp and impdp. impdp is used for importing the table and expdp utility is used for exporting the table. So what we are going to create, this is the basically syntax. You have to keep it as it way, otherwise there is another way when you will have to enter the sys user password, but in my production environment I am not aware about the sys user password. For that purpose I have to use this syntax. When you will be using this syntax, it will not ask you to enter the sys user password, otherwise it will ask you to enter the sys user password. So you have seen that we have created a directory already and we are starting the export import utility using expdp. You have to write this is the required if you want to omit the sys user password. Now I am telling which table to be exported. So I have mentioned I need to export the table Scott user others table. Now try to understand again. Second thing, whenever I will start the export utility, expdp utility, it will also created two files are created in the database, that is dump file and that second file is log file. So what is the dump file? In dump file all the record will be stored. And what is log file? A log file is a file in which everything will be stored what is running. Example, whether your job is completed successfully or not, number of records have been stored in the dump file, every detail will be stored in the log file. I will show you, give me 2 minutes. So I will have to mention two things over here. What is dump file name? You can give any name, there is no issue. So I am giving others.dmp name, and one more file I have to give, that is log file. So you can also give any name, others.log. For dump file we give the extension .dmp, for log file .log. Now the most important clause you have to give over here is that is directory. So which directory we have to mention? Which we created over here. So directory name, this is the name directory. So you have to give the complete syntax expdp. This syntax is to avoid the sysuser password. If you do not give this syntax, it will ask you the password of the sysuser. In most of the production cases, DBA does not have the password of sysuser. So that is why the syntax that will avoid to ask you the password. Table, whatever table I am exporting. Dump file, where the logical record of the others table will be stored. And log file, in which history will be stored, what is running in the background, and whether the job is completed or not, or this what has been exported, all will be stored in the log file. Directory, whatever you have created in my above step, you have to give the name of the directory. Now this directory basically has been pointing to this location, so my dump and log file will be created at this directory location only. Second thing, so this is the syntax. Now the more some few points that is required for the interview purpose, that is what is the master table and what about the index which we have created to this table. So first of all, I will tell you whenever you are running the export import job, there is a job created automatically in the background, and the information about the job is stored in the table that is known as the master table. So this is your also interview point. What is the master table? More detail about the master table you will find in my another next video regarding the master table in the export import. So this is only for your reference. Whenever you are running any job, your any export import utility, a job is created automatically and the job is stored in the table that is known as the master table. I will also show you where is the job and how you can see the detail about the job, but for that purpose you will have to wait for a few minutes. So as of now I am pressing enter. Now see, my export utility is started and this is the job name. This is the job name. My master table will also be created of the same name, because I am not able to show you as the detail about the master table because my activity is taking very less time. Whenever we will be doing the full export import, then I will show you how you can see the master table detail, what is the progress about the export import utility. We can also see that, but for your reference only you have to understand a job is created. This is the job name. Master table will also be created with the same name. In my next session I will also show you what is the where you can see detail about the master table and what is the progress going on in the background. So as of now you have to only understand a job is created and this job is stored in the master table. Now see, in my table there were 65,536 record. So this is giving you in the screen number of record that has been exported into the dump file, that is others.dump. So what about log file? I am coming to that point also. So you have seen it is giving you the number of records that has been exported. Now the second point is, when you are using the export import utility, all the indexes are also included in the dump file. All the indexes are also included in the dump file. See, I have not given any index name to be exported. I have given only the table name. But when you are using export import utility, all the indexes of that particular table will also be exported. So that's why I have created an index to show you everything, and I am also giving you the hint that index is also created. I will also show you when we will doing the import activity. So it is telling you that 65,536 record has been exported into a dump file named others.dump with all the indexes information. Now what is the others.log file detail? See, this is the log file. Now you try to open this file, but you will get it. See, all the information which were displayed above. So what is the use of log file? Now I am coming to that point. In my current session only 65,000 records were there, so it took only about 1 minute. You were able to see the screen, that is what is about the progress. Think about the table which is having 40 TB size, you can say, yeah, 3 TB size, 2 TB size. It will take hours to export. In that case, I am not able to sit in front of the screen and I cannot see the progress about the table, progress about the export job. So for that purpose, log file is benefit. You can see whenever job is completed, whether the job was successfully completed or whether it was not completed, whether it was failed, what was the status of the job. You can open the log file and log file will display about everything which was happening behind the activity. This is the purpose of log file. So without log file, basically we are helpless. So this is the basically idea about the log file. Second thing, what is your current location? Home Oracle. You have not given any location to dump file, right? But you have given the location of directory, and directory is pointing to the Home Oracle location. That is why my dump file and log file is created at which location? You can see Home Oracle location. This is the purpose of creating the directory. So point to note, you should have also given, you need to give the path to the directory where you have the space. Suppose you want to create the dump file and log file at U01 mount point. In my case, U01 is available. If you want to give the you want to create the dump file and log file U01, you have the space only U01 directory. In that case, you have to give the path U01 over here when you are creating the directory. All the dump file and log file will be created whatever path you are giving over here while creating the directory. This is important to note over here, right? So we are coming back on my Home Oracle location. This is my dump file and this is my log file. Now everything is completed at the server. Now the second point, I have to go to the second server and I have to import the data over that server. So how we will go? Now important point. So there is the command scp. Scp is used to transfer the file from one server to the another server. Now I am telling Oracle, please scp others.log or others.dmp files where at my second server, that is 192.168.13.76, that is my development server. Point number 1. So here I have to give the syntax. Also I have given please transfer these two files to this server. Which server? 176. But I will also have to mention at which location this file should be transferred. So I am giving please transfer this file to Home Oracle location at which server? 176 server. But also to note, I have written a keyword, that is Oracle @. So to avoid any confusion, you have to understand what is Oracle. Why I have not given ABC? So this is to be understand. Now go to the 176 server. My database owner is Oracle at this server. That is why I have given the name of Oracle. Suppose my database owner at this server ABC, then I will have to give the ABC name before @ sign. You got my point? Why I have given Oracle name? Because my database owner at 176 server is Oracle. If database owner at 176 server suppose is Adarsh, then I will have to give name Adarsh at server name and location where I want to transfer the file. Which file? These two files. So please press enter over here. Now see whether it is able to transfer the files or not. Let us see. It is taking time, but generally it does not take time. This is due to my performance issue, system issue. Right, it is asking about the password. Which password you have to enter? Oracle user password at this server. So where what server where you are trying to transfer the files. So in my case my password is known to me and these two files have been transferred. See Adarsh-log or Adarsh.dmp. This is the size of the file you can see, and 100% file has been transferred. At which location? Home Oracle. Now my export is completed. My data is already transferred to the development or test server. Now I am going to development server C. Now this is my server where I am, home Oracle location. Now you can see there are the two files, Adarsh.log and Adarsh.dmp. Now I got the data from the production server. Now my one step is completed and the second step is to be started. What is the second step? Now I have to import the data in this server. So first let us see whether the table exists or not. So there are two scenarios. First is table already exists. Second is table does not exist. So I will cover both scenarios, but in my starting I am covering when the table is not available. I will also show you if the table already exists, what error you will get and what solution for this error. So first of all we will check whether the Adarsh table which we have exported from the production server is available or not. Let me log into the server. I am connected with the Scott user, right? See whether the table exists or not. So there is Adarsh table does not exist first of all, right? If the table is already existed, then there is another clause which we will use, that is table existence, but that is I am not covering right now. First of all we are starting with scratching when there is no table exist on the development server, right? So we will create the directory which we will create the directory whatever we have created at the production server, but the directory name can be anything, there is no issue. So to create the directory you will have to create it you will have to connect with the sysdb. So create or replace directory. Which directory? You can give any name, there is no issue. I am giving my directory as which location? Home Oracle. My directory is created, no problem. So I am coming out from this prompt. So there are the already files available. Now I am trying to import the data. So for importing the data you have to use another utility that is known impdp, right? So impdp I will use. So to avoid the password of a user you have to use the syntax like this. So this is the syntax we will use to avoid, so that it should not ask the password of the Oracle user or sys user. In most of the environment you are not aware about the sys user password, so that is why this clause to be used. It will not ask you the password of sys user, otherwise it will ask you the password of sys user. Now second thing, I will have to mention which dump file should I use to import the data. So please be careful, this is the point of attention. At this point, this log file is not required, because this log file I have copied, which was generated at the time of export. This file only contains that information. Point number 1. This is not required. So I will create one, I will generate another dump file, another log file, which will be having the information about the import activity, which will be started soon. So I am giving log file name, which will be created now. So dump file to be used, others.dump. Log file you can give any name. Second thing, you have to give the directory. What directory you have created? my_dir. Point to note, if you do not give the directory name, then what will happen? Definitely you will get the error. Which error? This is the error you will get if you do not give the directory name, right? So that is why I am telling you, you have to create directory first. After that you have to give the directory name. In case you do not give the directory name, you will get this error, nothing else. So you have given the directory name. Second point, I have not given the schema name where the table should be imported. So by default it will create the table in the Scott schema. Why? Because dump file contains the record others table of Scott schema. It will also create others table in the Scott schema. So try to press enter. Now it is not asking you the password of the sys user, first of all, right? Second thing, the activity is already completed. Third thing, number of record has been imported. Now we will see whether number of record is available in the table or not. And second most important thing, indexes also has been imported. Where is the index? I will show you, no problem. So first of all, we will try to log in with the Scott user, and we will check whether others table is created or not. See, others table is already available. Earlier the table was not available. So can we count the number of records? Yes, sure. We will count the number of records. 65,536 records. So this is the purpose of log file. First thing. Second thing, now we will see what about the indexes. Index is already created or not? Yes, index is already created. So for index there is a query to check. I think you are aware about this. If you are not aware about this, you can check on the internet. I have given select statement, select index type, index name from user indexes, where table name equal to, table owner equal to Scott. So let us see. Index underscore others. So this was the index which is already created automatically. So what was the purpose I wanted to show you? Whenever you are exporting the table, all the index associated with that particular table also included in the export in the dump file, and also imported when we use the impdp utility and import the dump file. Second point, in case I do not want to import the table in the Scott user, definitely there are different clauses which can be used. There are remap table spaces, remap owner, remap schema. Remap owner no option, remap schema is the option. We can use that. And the second important option, if the table is already exist over here, then what you will do? Definitely I will show you in my next session. There is a clause table exist action that is available, which can be used if the table is already exist. And this is your also intro question, what is table exist action? So I hope everything is clear to you. In my next session we will cover what is the master table. First of all, we will see the detail about the master table, and second we will use more clause. What are the more clause can be used? So I am giving you the hint. These are the more clause you can use. There are the multiple clause which you can use while exporting and importing feature. See, alright, remap schema, remap table, remap data file, reuse data file, remap table spaces. So there are multiple clause which you can use for exporting and importing. We will discuss about this detail later, but as of now we are closing the session. That was totally for the exporting and table, exporting and importing of a table. So thank you very much. We will meet in the next session. Thanks a lot.